Hi, and welcome to our webinar jointly hosted by AVEVA, ISDN Software Business, and Stratus Technologies. I'm Angela, your MC for today, and we are very glad to have you here with us at Work Less, Collaborate More with AVEVA DLM and Teamwork. Let me touch on the admin matters before we dive into the presentation format. Please note that there will be recording done for this webinar. If you have any questions, you can ask your questions at any time during the session through the chat window, and we'll address to all your questions during the Q&A session, which will be held after the presentation. This is the start of 2021, but we can't help but feels like it's an extension of 2020. So as we strive along with uncertainty for what's going to happen this year, this is a good chance for us to re-examine our internal business processes to get us better prepared. We are very honored to have with us 5 speakers for today to share with you on the 2 AVEVA solutions, AVEVA Discrete Lean Management, DLM, and Teamwork. For today, we have Sabrina, Xiaoguang, Kevin, Anderson from ISDN Software Business, and Alvin from Stratus Technologies to share with us their expertise. Now, I shall hand over the mic to Kevin, who will be covering on AVEVA DLM. Over to you now, Kevin.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin, and today I will be speaking to you about DLM. DLM in short stands for Discrete Lean Management. What DLM is a suite of easy-to-use, configurable tools for the digitalization of operation, management, and lean practices. DLM enables paperless operations and data collection, performance visualization and evaluation, and rapid response to production issues. It is designed for a discrete manufacturing environment to help the discrete manufacturers increase operational effectiveness. This means to improve productivity, flexibility, reliability, and cost competitiveness. DLM is a standard solution with out-of-the-box contents. Users can customize DLM for different configurations based on the plant setup. DLM is lightweight, scalable, and easy to deploy. Scalable in the sense that it can support small plants of about 20 lines to bigger plants of 100 lines. Easy to deploy mainly because it is a standard solution, so it is just a matter of installing, configuring, and running it. The base software that DLM is using is AVEVA Edge. So for DLM, 4 modules run on Edge HMI. The first module is Endon. Endon is a Japanese word that means light indicator. In the context of DLM, that translates to production issue notification. Endon helps to trigger a fast response from people to prevent or reduce production loss. For Endon to achieve this is through reporting, acknowledging, and normalizing issues. The next module is Performance. This module is about capturing utilization and production data for performance evaluation and analysis. On automatic lines, data is being fed directly into DLM via common industrial protocols like Modbus and OPC UA. Once data is obtained from the industrial devices and PLCs, the data can be evaluated, and the performance module provides analysis for different KPIs. The KPIs can be viewed by efficiency, quality, barriers, maintenance, and operators. Users can further filter the KPIs by location, interval, and product. Next up, we have a work order management module. This module ties in well with the performance module because they work hand in hand. This is a centralized production work order management for the supervisors to manage the whole plant or certain area under his charge. The work order execution is also an interface for the operators to both execute work orders and collect data. Lastly, we have a work instruction module. This is a paperless production work instruction that enables operators to have context-based instruction for either training or production assistance. Operators can view different files extracted from the central server on their thin clients, ranging from PDF to MP4 files. The information displays general step-by-step instructions for certain products for the operators to cross-check, verify, or refer to. work instructions can be configured further based on line or workstation and product reference relationship for easier and clearer navigation. For my last slide, I want to go through briefly how the architecture of DLM is like. The first is the central server. This component is essential for any setup. The central server hosts all the applications of DLM. The database and FTP server can also be installed to the central server computer. It doesn't have to be configured this way. Database and FTP server can be configured on a separate computer. Next, we have a communication gateway. This acts as a gateway or linkage between the central server and the automation layer. Whether the plant is set up for automation or manual lines or both, it requires a communication gateway to talk to the device or PLC. Currently for this architecture here, we only have one gateway that connects both automatic workstations and manual workstations. Communication gateway is not limited to just one. You can have multiple gateways based on the design of the plant setup. For example, in this architecture here, you can organize the auto workstations and manual workstation into two separate gateways, both of which connects to the central server. Next is the thin clients. Thin clients can be set up on different lines or next to the workstations. Alternatively, it can be a TV screen to show the plant dashboard. Different users can also log into the system on their laptop or PC via a web browser. There is no need for installation of any software for thin clients if the user is using a web browser to access content from the central server. Information is extracted for viewing and data is being stored on the central server, so there isn't any need to install any software for web browser viewing. However, the user can choose to install the InduSoft software if they don't want to use a web browser to open up a thin client on their PC or laptop. Last but not least, we are also able to connect an SMTP server for email notifications for the Anton module and data exchange with ERP systems for the work order management module. With that said, that concludes my slides and I shall move on to the demo.
So now I will begin to show DLM in action. This is the main screen which users would normally see when they boot up DLM on their thin clients. Currently I'm showcasing my central server, so if you look at the top of the screen, it shows what computer I'm using. I'm showing my central server, but it functions similarly to a thin client. The top of the screen will show you what computer that you're using. So it's either central server, communication gateway, or thin client. So firstly, if you look at the top of the screen, you're able to access which user is logged in. So if the supervisor or operators log into the screen, the various features will appear for them based on their accessibility. For example, settings won't be accessible for operators. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'll be logged in as an admin, so I have full access to everything in DLM. Over here, we have the Location and Operators tab. Location lets us pick which plant, area, or line to view. So when you pick a location, you can see what's going on in the different modules here. Line operators. Here operators can batch in and out as sort of an attendance system or availability. You can see that time in and out is being logged here as well. Now let's go to the first module, E and Done. In this screen shows the issues of this location. The issues here can be configured to add, delete, or edit based on the user's configurations. So here I have 7 issue types. Within each issue type contains the different issues related to the issue. So assuming I'm an operator and I wish to raise an issue, I will first click on the issue type. It will then prompt me to select which location I would like to raise the issue at. For this line, I can either raise it at the line level or workstation level. After I select the workstation, the issues related to this issue type will appear, prompting me to select a relevant issue that I want to raise. Right now the issue has been raised and the top right of the box is marked red with a 1, indicating that one issue under this issue type has been raised. Now assume the maintenance personnel is here and wants to fix the issue. He will then use the computer to acknowledge the issue by clicking on this corner. The screen will tell the maintenance personnel the necessary information for him to acknowledge. If needed, he can also comment something here as well. I can also click on this icon to open up a menu of pre-configured preset comments to use. When I click on acknowledge, the system will prompt me who I am because this is the operator's login and I'm a maintenance personnel. So the system wants to know who is acknowledging the issue. If a barcode scanner is connected to the system, scanning will input in the value here. But I'm just going to type it in. The issue will change its color to yellow, indicating that the issue is acknowledged. The last step is to normalize the issue. Assuming the maintenance personnel has finished fixing the issue, he will then normalize it back to having no errors. Similarly, I will click on the yellow tab to access it. The information from before is still here and I will pick a comment and normalize it. Again, it will prompt me to ask which user is normalizing this issue, so I will input 12 again. So that is the whole process of raising, acknowledging and normalizing issues in a plant. Under history, I'm able to see previous end-on issues raised with filters based on event type, time and end-on type. Moving on to the performance and work order management module. Under the work order management module, we can see allocated and not allocated orders. Currently on this line 12, there are no work orders being released. There are a couple of non-allocated work orders, so I'm going to release one work order to the line so that it will be visible to the operators to start the work order. So now that we've released this order, I'm going to the performance module. Under the performance module, on the left we have a graph that shows accumulative output tracking and the data inputted per hour. On the right is the operation where work orders are housed at. Barriers are the quality defects and downtime reasons if there are any. This line that I'm currently at is a manual line. What that means is that the operators have to input in data manually into DLM at every hour. So we have our work order that I just released from the work order management. Now I'm going to start the manufacturing order to begin the work order. As you can see, the MO is running and active. The operator can now input manual data inside. This MO requires 1600 quantity of parts. So to add data, I will go to the add parts. For this product 129, it produces 10 parts every minute. The bar graph is grouped by every hour, so for the first hour, I'll add 600 parts. I'm going to add another part, but this time with a few bad parts. Notice the bar shows red. That indicates the bad or missing parts. I have to give a reason why there is a lack of production. I'll click on downtime and indicate the reason why. I'll continue to add parts till we meet our quantity required. So now that I'm done, I'm going to close up the order. So from the supervisor's view, the quality team will ensure that the MO is completed, and I'll confirm the order here. That will finish the process of the production. That concludes the performance and work order management module. Now for our final module. The last module I'll be showing is work instructions. DLM applications including work instructions are stored locally at the central server computer. Team clients access the central server's files and load it up on their computers. So I can look up instructions in the form of PDF or MP4 files. Right now, to access the work instructions, I need to input in a product ID to access the product's instructions. The appropriate instructions for this product will then appear. As you can see, I have both PDF and MP4 files here. I can further filter my instructions via the instruction type filter here.